versus EscoNitz. That's the first match we got.
Yeah, we got a thing for this. And I've got a
Battle
thing.
of two people with two capitals in their names. SD versus EN. Trap card versus a fusion monster. Let's go.
I
I
feel
don't
like
know.
Sound from what? From us?
no. Sorry, I was muted on stream. Oh yeah, the rainwave stopped. Uh-oh. New rainwave may not work. It's integrated into the dashboard now, but it's an experimental feature.
Well, you're missing Ragnarok Online music. I love the music in that game.
How do you like the gameplay?
Yeah, well, I got hooked on it in high school for a year or something.
Everybody got hooked onto some one of them weird games. I tried a whole bunch of them, like back then. I tried.
Now it's playing two different songs at once.
No.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna do this locally for now. Sorry, everybody.
Tried EverQuest. I don't actually think I ever actually played any of it because I don't think I figured out how it worked.
You tried it. That's a different sense of the word. I tried it.
Yeah, I tried to play it, but I just didn't. I tried, I wonder if this still exists. It was Growl. It was basically like an overworld RPG that was like Link's Awakening, or like A Link to the Past, but they wanted you to pay money to like do anything, and I was in middle school and didn't have any of that or the ability to spend it online, because that was, you know, forever ago, before children just had access to online money.
Yeah, you didn't have no credit card.
Yeah.
What? That's adult people things.
Yeah, your parents just didn't give you like a prepaid card because they didn't even exist then. Just like, here's $30. You can only use this. I don't think I had a phone when I was doing that. Played a bunch of like top-down RPG games that were just like the maximum player base was 30. It was also the active player base.
Now kids just buy everything in V-Bucks.
Yeah, that's.
I don't even know what kids are doing.
I don't understand the children these days.
I'm in a weird gap where I'm at the age where like all of my friends and stuff are like starting to have children, but like they're still babies, right? Like there's a whole generation of kids right now who I don't know what they're doing. I'll find out in a little bit, I guess.
My
Yeah.
brother's 15, so I get all the hot goss from him.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so they call it Goss now. That's something.
No, well, I don't think that's actually come back. I think I said that just now, but
Okay, well.
Well, then you're useless here.
You're
I know.
unreliable in this
he
regard.
likes memes a lot. I know that. He likes making
Oh, they
fun
sure
of Among
do.
Us.
They sure do like their memes.
But we all like making fun of Among Us, so it's kind of hard to tell the difference.
Maybe the kids are all right.
Maybe.
So we introduced the players by their capital letters in the middle of their names, but we didn't say much else about that. EscoNitz is new, participating for the first time, so is this actually their first match of the tournament?
No, we
No?
have a thing.
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
We could try to hit that button.
This is losers one. They have both lost one match. But I think it was pretty close on both times. EscoNitz is coming, I know, from Kuso. And
Yeah, and SztoDwa had Neitzel. Neitzel is a pretty good racer.
yeah, and SztoDwa's actually pretty decent. That we've seen so far. And
yeah, SztoDwa, I would
competes quite a
just
bit.
think that Neitzel is pretty good.
I think
Did
I
Nitzel
remember
win
now.
Steam tournament?
I don't remember that.
Who won Steam tournament? I know Nitzel got at least second.
That's really good. EscoNitz played the Taito platformer, the arcade game, with the
Was
impossible
it the
fire
one that...
boss at the end.
Oh, Fire. Okay, I didn't play that one. TPC subbed a lot of Taito arcade games. Let me see who actually did sub, or who did win Steam tournament. Withheld took first place over Nitzel.
Nice.
The layout is not automatically grabbing one of these streams, so I gotta... Huh.
All I know is they can't draw Princess Remedy right now, so I don't have to worry about immediately getting out of bed and going over to my computer to farm the hell out of that race again.
I was just playing that before this game popped up. I hadn't played it before.
Oh, I love that game so much.
I started on hard. It seemed pretty good.
Hard is good. It's funny when I'm playing it. I was playing the latest Steam release and I'm like, why do you mean I can only hold shift to run? I was so unused to the controls. They like changed it and I didn't like it.
Have you used this dashboard, Myth, at all?
No, I am zero help to you. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was just
I'm
wondering
also not in a
if it's my
place where I can
computer
log
that's
into
causing
anything.
this problem. It's just not showing up here. Oh, there we go. That's weird. Okay. I figured it out.
Oh, actually, I do remember there was a case-sensitive thing. Someone had some capital letters in, and that ruined it for some reason.
This person was already loaded in match 2. So I was like, but their stream is there, but I was looking at match 2.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it was in this instance. Okay.
So now her stream is up,
Yeah, let's switch.
available to be switched to, so we can finally reveal the game. I can't see it in real time, so I don't want to spoil it.
Well, now we
Direction
can
Dungeon.
see.
Oh, this game. I think I remember this game.
This is not only subbed by SztoDwa, but indeed created by him.
Yeah, if someone in an individual wants to press that share their screen button, make it easier. So we're all in sync.
I'll do it in a sec. I'm also doing the
Commentary viewer thing is got like the same
IRC
delay too. It's in the pinned
Yeah, but then we don't get
messages.
purple screened.
But you will get sound out of it too. If ID can't do that. Anyway, this
has been
yeah.
on SRL before, so I need to find.
Yes. We raced it
code.
2019. It was the Mystery Tournament that it was originally in. All I
Tournament
remember
14.
about it specifically was, I know on the last level I wasted like 5 minutes because I was stupid.
Yeah, that was basically my experience testing it. This was one of the ones I tested along with Jorf. We were sort of racing along.
Yeah, what'd you guys
And
get?
He raced along ahead of me, being better at this puzzle game. Neither of us truly really understood what the game was even doing, like what the gameplay even was for like the first 2 worlds or something. We were just hitting buttons and going through stages, and it was working. And then eventually the game started to actually force you to think about what is happening in it. And then we started to slow down, and he got so hard stuck on one of the later levels that I caught all the way up to him, and then eventually cracked that and passed him. Our final times, looking up the MT14 test sheet. Here it is. I was at 51 minutes. Hopscotch and Roar were more at like 43 minutes.
Oh, okay,
So-
I got a 27 when I played this, and I know I wasted 5 minutes on that last level, at
Yeah.
least.
That makes sense.
It's a very, very good game. I liked it. It's a super unique take on it. You're just basically you're trying to fall off the stage, and get everybody into basically their respective wells. And sometimes you're like, oh, I can't do that.
The pay spin is barely worth posting.
Yeah. So the main mechanic of this game is that you see up, down, left, and right. You can move in the direction. Basically, if you're pressing down, you are the character on the bottom screen. If you're pressing left, you're the character on the left screen, and so on and so forth. So you need to move in such a manner that you always have a place to go. So like, yeah, you have to move up there because, well, you can only move up. I think it's a really, really neat take on just like, temporary walls and secret mazes. I think it's really cool. And your goal is to end up in the hole as the controlled piece.
And the direction you
and
move
there's like 40 levels, 50 levels.
Controlling, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and everything else becomes intangible, so you move through walls and stuff like that. It's how you accomplish anything. And not everything always lines up, and SztoDwa was actually really going pretty quickly on this. But it does, get a little bit smarter, but that stage wasn't too bad.
Or we should get game sound.
Yeah, you look and you realize that, oh, the last move you have to make is either up or left for SztoDwa. They're not that far behind. This level's a bit of a mess. You have to move down as or no, wait, where's the hole actually? I couldn't even find it. Yeah, this one you're gonna have to move up. This one you have to move down. So, left down, right down is the solution to that. There we go. Just push up. So we have these things. These rotate the world.
Right, which matters because...
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I can't go down here, and you have to go down. So you have to rotate it. Yes.
Yeah, because in order to go in that hole, you need to press left to make the left person be active, but it's all the way against the right wall, so there's no way to press left and end up on the hole. So you switch it to someone who can press left and end up on the hole.
Yeah, now this one's a bit wonky because you have to press the switch while rotating into the spot, and there we go. And yeah, this one's a bit tricky because you have to move a bunch of stuff.
This is a good kind of game to resub after 2 mystery tournaments because it's not one.
Yeah, you don't want anybody to have any memory of what's going on.
Yeah, and you're also probably not going to run into it elsewhere.
Oh yeah, especially considering it's just like a SztoDwa special.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this one I remember being a little bit tricky because you have to kind of get everything right. Maybe it's not.
I mean, Winter Break games should indeed be the next, EA or something that people like, but not
Want to
quite
live in
there
that
yet.
world. Oh, this is fun. The checkerboard pattern is alternating so that you can always be moving. Like you can go up or down on one move, and then you have to go left or right on the next move.
Yeah, it's so neat.
It's also nice to have a puzzle game where it just has a lot of really small challenges instead of a level you're going to be stuck on for. Well, I mean, maybe there'll be a harder level there, but
also,
you feel like you've accomplished a lot to get there.
Just because I had to double check it, because I wasn't sure if I was wrong. But I don't know about Winter Break games, but Winter Beak is the one that I would prefer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
not
that's true.
Winter Break?
It's Winter Beak.
Yeah,
I'm just like I had to double check that to make sure I didn't misread it, but like, yeah, it's
You're
Winter
so
Beak.
right. I thought it was Winter Break from the day I died. Well, there we go. Now we know.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
SztoDwa.
SztoDwa is in the lead and has been for a while, but EscoNitz has been pretty close, has not let the gap widen, and was maybe even making up ground, though it has been on this level for a little bit now.
This is a pretty tough level.
Yeah, SztoDwa was killing it. The rotation ones, I really still wouldn't say that the game is like crazy hard yet. I honestly, I don't remember how to keep track of where the hell you are. This is a stupid level. I like it, but it's stupid.
Basically, there's one move that's going to get you closer to that corner where the hole is every single time, and that move changes when everything rotates.
Yeah, and this one's also stupid because it's just disabling like the previous set of directions. I like it, like it's great. This one's a little bit trickier because you have to make sure that you are, you know, you're actually adjacent to it on the right side, because you can't get it. You can only get it to from the right, up, and down. Left is not an option, or hitting right's not the option. So you have to be on the left. Okay. 5, 2, 3, 0.
This is a crazy concept. I don't know how you come up with something like this.
I know, right?
Because it's really easy to play. It's easy to understand what you're meant to be doing, but it's really hard to like describe to somebody.
It's so intuitive that I didn't even realize what I was doing for the first 2 worlds. I could just, I was just moving all of the little guys around, and like sometimes they would get stuck and sometimes they wouldn't, but like it didn't, like there were so few possibilities that I was like, okay, well, you know, sometimes I get through, so I can just keep going, like, and then eventually it just starts to like settle in your mind, and you start thinking differently. It's a wonderful game.
Yeah, welcome to SztoDwa. This is when the game becomes silly, because you got to make sure things are correct as you're moving them. And you don't want to accidentally push, you know, a block over the hole, because that's bad and illegal. And solves the Zelda block puzzle.
The classic 3 blocks in a row, get the bottom one.
Yeah, and this is the one that tells you, hey, if you push a block onto a thing, it rotates. And this is probably the mechanic that makes everything as hard as possible. And yeah, okay, that's recognizing maybe you want access to those pits so they can rotate more than once. And we're just going places.
It's all SztoDwa. Always has been. Always will be.
I mean, you say that, but like, all puzzles are really putting things into the right place, and SztoDwa just adds rules. So yeah, you can't press this. This is a tricky one. You can't press a switch while you're standing on it, but the block can press the switch, even if you aren't the active player, because the block is always active.
There's also the cool concept of being able to see all the levels ahead of you. It only shows so many, but you'll be able to tell once it starts getting down to nothing, and it's very satisfying.
Yeah, that you're near the end, you can see it coming. Which, I mean, in a race, that means something, right? Like the tension starts to ramp up. You start expecting the dot done from your opponent.
Yes, this is a bit tricky because you got to pick the right one to rotate it in, but the rules are different. So you can see that there's a hole on one of 4, so you know which one you actually have to put it in. It's spot the difference is hard. I'm not good at that.
There's like a bunch of corners that exist in some of them and not others, but that was very quickly solved there.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah, I mean, if you look, there's only so many ways that you can push the block. It's still move around.
Morning.
I'm not well.
So EscoNitz is not too far behind still, and you know, it was the experience of me, Jorf, and Alpha that some of the later stages were walls, right? They walled us for different amounts of time, but they were a wall. So
Yeah.
That's a very real possibility for the end of this race.
I'm just glad it didn't wall me enough to lose to Boney. I lost to Maurice because I got walled, but, you know, different. I'm fine
Losing to
with
Maurice,
that.
not so bad. Losing to Boney, oh my god.
Can't lose to Boney. It feels bad.
For anyone who's restreaming, there's usually a fun GIF on the itch page for itch games, and indeed, the layout does take GIFs as like game art, box art. So it's
Oh
usually
yeah, it's an image.
it's exactly.
I know. I'll feel like I'll remember because like I don't remember these stages, but I'm like, nah, these aren't the ones that wrecked me. Oh, so now we have switches.
Yeah.
You have to put the thing on the switch in order to open the door.
The
It's
boxes
simple.
is where the game became like a fun challenge, and then the boxes on switches is when it was like, okay, the gloves are off.
Yeah, because now not only do you have to push this block, but you have to rotate the thing constantly. So you're always pressing the right block. And SztoDwa having some problems because it has to go the other way. You gotta rotate it a couple more times.
Yeah, like
My
that
friend.
position can only push blocks left, right? When the block is on the left, the block can only go left. When the block is on the top, the block can only go up.
Okay, it has decided to rotate it around. So they
Perfect.
push the block down, and there we go. And now they're left in an even more obnoxious position.
Yeah, and you can tell the game does a good job of teaching you because the pace bin doesn't lay out the mechanics at all. But
Which is honestly, I'm becoming a fan of you know, less information for people. This one's mostly just
It
annoying because you
depends
know
on the
you just have to
game.
keep spinning until you get back.
there's some games we've tested that, that I wouldn't want less. But
I mean, I understand that.
I thought SztoDwa had it, but then there we go. Okay.
Yeah, they just gotta, you know, keep spinning.
EscoNitz has been stuck on this level that it seems to basically have like 4 opening moves. You can put the
Yeah,
block in the
only
top
the
left, top
top
right, bottom left, bottom
right.
right.
Yeah, only the
Yeah.
top right one works.
One of them is going to rotate you to victory,
Or,
and the others are not.
or not top right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there. Gets it. Finds it. Not that far behind. Maybe. It's like all these levels are so quickly solved. It's hard to remember, but maybe there's like 5 or 10 levels. There's a ton of levels in this game. I don't actually remember how many there are.
I feel like SztoDwa still has a pretty decent lead.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
how many
Yeah,
there are
this one's a little
total? There's
tricky 'cause
96
you gotta-
according to the creator.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
They're only 5x5, but
Didn't
that's still a
use
lot
one
of
of the
puzzles.
blocks there. I know. I'll say this for at least in terms of Baba Is You. If there was a level where you didn't have to use all the mechanics, simply went and redid them because red herrings are stupid, especially in a game as abstract as that one.
Yeah, and I think SztoDwa just kind of knew, like, probably both of these boxes got to go in these switches.
Yeah, oh no,
probably.
SztoDwa's covered the hole. Realizing that. You have to get to the other side of the hole without getting to the other side of the hole, or the box without doing that, and there we go.
Yeah, just go through the box, then become a real boy on the other side of it and push it out of there.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy
like
these
that
are only
level.
5x5. I didn't notice that until you said that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly a lot to work with.
Oh, we're getting to the end. These really empty stages with like just a box and a switch, we're getting close to it.
Yeah. And like it's still not the crazy stuff yet.
This is a really strong time, actually. If you look at previous races of this, I think that we're really moving forward.
Yeah, Dragon Sea Zero's got like a 21 blind. And that was like 4 minutes ahead of everybody else. It has not
Yeah.
been walled like once by any of these. It's a very, very strong play.
Dragon Sea Zero, former top 8 player as well. Like, you know, we're talking about really high quality of player.
Yeah. Was that the one he hit top 8 and he raced me? I mean, I know he raced me when he was in top 8, but I think that was the one that was that tournament that this. Yeah, that was MT14. Yep.
EscoNitz solves another puzzle. Is on this one with the 3 blocks actually, so it was maybe closer than I realized.
And we know there's, you know, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stages left, at least.
I guess it
see
is
that many
more
down.
like 5x5x4. That's true.
This is so mean.
Oh, this stage I think is the one that wrecked me. For like no real good reason.
I remember very specifically the one that destroyed me and Jorf. There's 2 blocks. There's a green block and a yellow block, and they gotta go either like down and left or down and right or something, and there's just so little to work with, and it's infuriating that we couldn't get it for so long.
It might not be this one, because like you lose one direction when you're doing this every time, so you have to keep moving in weird manners. So like you can't move down right now, so you might as well get that one up and to the right.
Speaking of 5x5x4, you could do this game on a cube.
That's a bad idea. Don't do that.
No.
I don't. That's gonna. Oh no.
You can see 3 sides at once.
That's not enough sides.
No, it's
unless
not.
you did a 3-sided game, but even then it would hurt my brain looking at it. Up would mean, like, if you press up, what happens on each face, right? 2 of them are gonna make sense, the 3rd one is not.
That's true.
Okay, there's 2 blocks and 2 switches. Easy.
Yeah, this wasn't the one. But we're getting very close. The puzzle it's starting to simplify in terms of like what you have to work with, but the difficulty is not getting easier.
Yeah, so you can see you got to make a lot of choices here.
I guess in some ways by removing so many walls and stuff, you just give the player a lot more options in terms of what they can move around and interact with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're mainly just moving things out of the way, like preemptively to do stuff, but you could just go right through things.
So the yellow blocks and green blocks are all linked, but now they're not in the same position on every side of the board. Or are they?
Well, they're linked, I think, in the fact that I think they're always in the same position.
They start in the same position, but I think because the blocks only exist in certain sides, that if you can like push one against another one, you can like desync them.
That might be possible. And just push down, and then so this one it might be a little hard because you have to use the yellow to push it up. There we go. He gets it though.
That was very quick.
EscoNitz, she's still pretty far behind, but it's on the goes through the block stage, can't find the door. I think I got stuck there for no good reason. It's just like, where's the thing?
The block one over. I was okay, good. Resets the puzzle. I was hoping that she would notice that while she was just kind of putting moves on the board, that block had scooched over a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, there it is.
Ah, these puzzles.
Yeah, even though both these players are no slackers when it comes to this game, I think SztoDwa's running away with it. It's crazy. Not
And there's
spending
only
more
4
than
levels left.
30-35 seconds on one puzzle usually.
Yeah. This is about where it started. I remember getting stuck on one of these for no real reason.
You can push 2 blocks.
Yeah. I may have forgotten that mechanic or something like that. Because you can see 3 stages left, almost done.
Wow.
It's close. I think it might have been the second to last one.
It recognizes they gotta push that up.
Yeah, I think it was this one.
This one?
And this was my undoing.
This could be another puzzle strength.
Yeah, because you gotta make sure you push everything right. You know, green can get pushed down, so you know where you can put that, but you can't push yellow down. So yellow already is out of position because it's flush with green.
Yeah, it feels like you need both of them to push each other. But one of them has to be the pusher and one of them has to be the pushee. So it just feels impossible sometimes.
Yeah, so green, basically, you know that to get things over to the left, you have to use green.
Yeah, and to get things down, you need to use...
Yeah, you
yellow.
basically got to
No,
use green and
You
yellow.
use green to push yellow down. You use yellow to push green right.
Yeah, so pushing green up with yellow, and there you go.
Oh,
Gets
wow.
it.
So
and
fast.
it's on the final stage.
Jeez.
This is the one I was thinking of. This wrecked me for no reason.
It looks kind of difficult. Rickery hasn't finished yet. Typically finishes well in puzzle games.
Like, this just walled me for so long. Because basically you have to, without going right, and without interacting with a particular piece, enter the middle, and then move yourself in a manner that you can free things. But like the pink one can only move up, but it's on the bottom. The purple one can only move left, it's on the top. But that move right there, oh, that was close.
Yellow
But
only
yeah, you
exists
can
on the
only
right
realistically
side, so-
move purple left and right. You can only move green left and right and down.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
Wow.
Very good time.
Fantastic time.
That level wrecked me for so long for so many silly reasons.
2202 is
smashed
the
it.
official SRL time.
It's a very good time. That literally only behind Dragon, and Dragon's time was like 4 minutes ahead of Maurice and I. So that's a crazy good time.
Comment short, but I loved every second of it. It was not short for most of us.
Yeah, I mean, I would say short. Like when you get that one thing where it's like, oh, it was one puzzle and I'm stupid, then I think it's like, okay, it's a short game. But I really like this game. I thought the design of it was absolutely fantastic. As we're gonna drag in SztoDwa here. SztoDwa, you beat everybody who's ever played this game except for one person. How do you feel?
Great, thanks. So, like...
Yeah, very good time. He didn't get walled on anything in particular. He didn't pull any stupids in a puzzle game. Very nice to see. How'd you like SztoDwa's video game?
Like, I loved it. It was brilliant, although I must be honest, like, I got the main mechanic of the game, like, only, like, 7 levels deep.
Yeah, I had the same experience, except I was actually much deeper when I was like, oh, this is what's been happening the whole time.
I'm not gonna lie, it took me to like 50 levels or something to like realize exactly what I was doing.
Oh, okay.
It's like, puzzle keeps solving, whatever.
Alright. Like, to be honest, so far I noticed that if it's a puzzle game, I'm gonna do well on Mystery Tournament. If it's a platforming game, I'm gonna fail horribly. So yeah, there's that.
Well, 50-50 if you do well. That's all you can really hope for, is to go 500.
I don't know how SztoDwa Reserve found this game. Oh, right, Chayo, right.
Yeah, SztoDwa's got a couple in there. Maybe you don't play him because he probably subbed a bunch of them again.
What was the point at which the game is disqualified because both runners took too short to complete?
15 minutes.
You're already past it.
Oh, okay, 15 minutes.
It used to be 10, and that got changed when Check's quests got raised.
Okay.
Cause what, it was like Lightyear got like 9 minutes and Nico got like 10 minutes 5 seconds or something like that.
Okay.
Also, please recognize your skill level as a puzzle player. Like when you get 22 minutes, that was you. Our testers were more like 40 to 50 minutes for this game, and probably your average Mystery Tournament player would be between like 30 to 40.
Everybody that wasn't like an unknown strong puzzle player, it was either there was a bunch of people who got 20s, and then everybody else did not. But I don't think anybody hated playing this game. I think everybody liked playing this game.
Well, you beat Maurice by 3 minutes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like I just want you to understand the depth of how well you just did.
Yeah, that was
right?
really
Oh,
good.
thanks. I kind of didn't realize. Thanks for putting it into perspective. Yeah. But then I know that I submitted sub games last year when I submitted a platform game that was rejected in the end. It was like goal too short, and I was like, I tested it. It was half an hour or more. Every test
Right.
was like below 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's hard to
Yeah.
get a gauge on your skill. If you just keep playing, you eventually figure it out, sort of.
Yeah.
And then you realize you tested everything incredibly burnt out, and your estimates are way off.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Don't test games while you're burnt out and you don't want to do anything else.
However, EscoNitz is honestly making pretty good progress and is going to beat a lot of the blind racers that have done this before, especially the 2 that didn't finish.
Traditionally, if you finish a game, you're faster than someone who quit.
I
Yeah.
must say there are some
Tends to
games
be
that
true.
I did end up not beating Elder Scrolls because of that.
Getting to
Alright,
the
that's
intense
okay.
levels now.
Yeah.
What did you
EscoNitz
think of
moving
that?
on.
How the game at the end almost gave you fewer mechanics to work with, but harder levels.
I was like, oh, now I can't accidentally complete the puzzle. Now I actually have to figure out what the game is about.
Yeah.
So yeah, like figuring out that, okay, there are crates, and later on, oh, so that's how crates interact with player and each other. Okay. That was like the main thing about this game to figure out at the very end.
Yeah, it takes a while before it starts using blocks that are there's not like the same block on all 4, right? Which drastically changes the nature of the puzzle.
Yeah. And then there are puzzles where they require you to push block with a block, which is, I think, the moment that EscoNitz just found. So, or no, now he found a moment where he has to avoid one block with the other block, okay.
Yeah, she nailed that pretty quick. It's kind of an interesting moment where one block moves another block because I don't know. If you're thinking like Sokoban rules, that's gonna feel wrong, I guess. But then also like I don't know, it's just interesting the way that it finds a new, like really meaningfully different mechanic to throw in at the end like that.
Mm-hmm. Also, there was one level where like it felt wrong because of Sokoban rules, because this corridor is too tight. I can't make an approach that pushes the crate the direction I want to. So yeah, there's also that. But also those levels weren't obnoxious. Aside for the last level where I was like, okay, I'm not gonna just figure it out. I'm gonna just YOLO and see if it works. Everything else, like for example, this level that EscoNitz looks at, the wall and the other crate could be on different pieces of the board, and it wouldn't change the rules at all. And yet, like, actually, all the pieces are on one board, and all the other just serve as a limitation of what you can do.
Right.
So
Recognizing the simplicity in the puzzles is important.
yeah.
So did you find you had trouble sort of processing the way that the information is split into 4 different boards, or was your brain always kind of able to keep track of like this is there and that means that and that's down there and this means this?
Yeah, so after I got the thing that this is what the position of the board means, like this is on the left, this is on the right. after that point, it was kind of like it wasn't necessarily easy, but it definitely didn't take me more than a couple seconds to process exactly what the level is about. So it was very good.
Ooh, the final 3 levels. So a lot of testers got really stuck on some of the last few levels, and so I was here on commentary like, I don't know, man. We could see the progress just halt completely, and something crazy could happen at the end. You just blew through it pretty quick. You had to think about it a
Didn't
little
happen.
bit, but it was no problem.
Also, like, I noticed only at the very end that the debris at the bottom of every stage is just preview of the next stage that you have.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to notice at the end when you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, I only have so many levels left. I'm currently having some problems with this stage right here for EscoNitz.
EscoNitz was like had the right solution. And she was only 2 steps away from opening the door, and then undid the entire level. So
No.
that's always cute to see in puzzle games.
Yeah, I guess the main thing
Mr.
here is that the
Undo.
yellow block.
Yeah, you can
only
move that
go-
green down. That's the main
The green
thing.
has to move the yellow up, right? Because green can't
Yeah,
go
and
up. So you need
exactly.
green
yeah,
to
I
act
think
as a
the
little
part
elevator.
she's missing is the part where green goes down. That's it. That's the only thing she's missing.
It's good that this puzzle comes before the next puzzle, because the way that the green and yellow are like intertangled, that you need one to push the other, but then you need the other one to push the first one, and there's like you can't do both at the same time sort of thing. So if you had to learn this sort of mechanic of green being your elevator for yellow, as well as solving that difficult puzzle, I think it would have been really overwhelming.
EscoNitz is
Got him
thinking.
backwards.
Think may have realized it. Okay,
Managed
kind
to
of.
move yellow down with green. Oh,
And
this
then
looks
can't move
good.
That left.
You still can't get green over. Green
Yeah, it
has,
just has to
be
hold
pushed
left.
all the way to the left.
Yeah, they just
first.
have to move green. She just has to move green over again with the yellow, and that's all she has to do.
I think she.
'Cause yellow can only move left and down.
Yeah, so she has to push green to the left first,
Yeah,
and
and push green down. And that's it. It's all
Yeah,
puzzle.
and then push the green down and solve the puzzle. Yes.
Yeah, hold up, one more. I think the hardest part about this is the part where I think like she's lining up the solution to the puzzle one tile too far to the right.
Yeah.
And it's just, you just gotta see it. It's just like, what if I pushed it one more time? There we go. Has to see it now. There we go. Into the hole. Tangible progress. Let's go. And this one's a lot of people got kind of wrecked by this, at least in testing from what I've heard.
I was like, it's the same as the previous level, just different set of limitations. I can figure this out.
There was something about it, even looking at it now, I haven't been able to like resolve it. Not that I've been looking at it too hard, but something about it didn't seem like you could pretty clearly do both blocks in the previous puzzle over to the left first and then up first. And this one, it felt like both were losing moves for some reason.
Yeah.
This one, at the very least, since green can't move left, green has to be on either the second, like one of the 2 leftmost tiles. And that's what you know about green. And then, since yellow can't move down, you know that it has to be in a position where it can push green to the left while, green can push it down. So you know that basically you need that exact same position that you're in she's in right now, one space over, and that will solve the entire puzzle. So if she pushes green up right now,
The game popping up the controls when you stop moving is helpful, but it's also kind of patronizing.
I'm thinking.
Yes.
It's like, oh, did you forget how to play? Oh, here you go.
I think if instead of like it shows the undo buttons, but if it only showed the music and sound buttons, maybe it would be more useful.
I think undo is, sometimes helpful.
Yeah, I know, but it's less patronizing when they say, oh, by the way, if the music is annoying you, here's a button. Yeah, also, about this puzzle compared to the previous one, okay, the solution might be more difficult to figure out, but at least the set of constraints is easier, because green can't move left, yellow can't move down. Okay, that's it. Previously it was a different mix of directions.
Yeah, but now you need a way to push that down, so all you gotta do is set it up.
Green has gone up.
No.
Oh, but then it went right, which doesn't seem good.
You just put it back into the initial state. Oh, wait, okay.
Oh,
Now push green up.
there's a shuffle happening here. I guess part of what tripped me up here was that green going up feels like a backwards move, right? It feels like you're going away from the direction it needs to go.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, now push left. Green goes up. Push yellow left. No.
Has the idea that green needs to push yellow down, but is bringing green to yellow instead of yellow to green.
Yeah, so push green up, then move yellow over one. Push down. Move yellow over into the right spot, and then push green down. That's all we gotta do here.
Yeah, it's good. I wanted to keep saying directions so we could get another clip of it.
Oh, there'll be plenty.
Oh. Yellow
Just
left,
push
right?
yellow.
Oh, no! Oh, was so
Oh, no.
close. Was so close.
All she had to do.
Yellow left and
All
green
she
down,
had-
right? It was
Yeah,
yellow can go left, green can go down. They were on the rows next to those buttons.
literally
Maybe-
three pushes away from a solution.
Maybe EscoNitz has it in her head that green doesn't end up at the bottom. Green ends up on the left.
What is that?
for
Is
some
that
reason.
clown gif her, or is that
That's,
on the dash?
no, that's Mr. Do.
So what it was, because it's from the game Mr. Do, and then we started doing it. We didn't know what it meant yet for like a popover, and then Exuno said Mr. Undo. So it's like if you if you are close, but then you undo your progress in a puzzle game, that's Mr. Undo.
Yeah, it's up there. So like tangible progress, it's just something that our restreamers can summon at any point.
Came from the Miss Gory game Neo Mr. Do.
Don't undo your progress, kids. It's illegal. Okay, wait, no, everything is literally in the
Oh.
right spot. No, no, stop!
It has gone too far.
We have a new one which I can show on the left. I don't know. It's for if you're going the wrong way, I guess.
That's currently what EscoNitz is doing.
This was me for, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This was Jorf. He got here 10 minutes ahead of me, and I caught up and passed him on this level because he was just... And I didn't beat this level quickly either, right? So he was here for like 15, 20 minutes. He just couldn't see it.
Alright.
And I guess he got in my head a little bit, right? Because the fact that he got here so much faster than me, but then couldn't do it, had me thinking like, well, is it just impossible? Like, wait, is it just not possible to solve this puzzle?
Well, we'll stick with EscoNitz as long as we can, but we do have another match coming up in 9 minutes or so.
Yeah. So I'm torn here because sometimes the players like to talk to each other after a match a little bit. So I never want to like kick you out SztoDwa before you have a chance to do that. But also
Yeah.
if you would like to leave, I also don't want to keep you here for no reason, right?
Yeah,
So
to be
No,
honest,
this
like I
is-
also have to leave in 9 minutes, so
All
as
right.
much as I would like to talk to my opponent, I think today I also don't have too much time for that.
Yeah, I will say, at least definitely try to make sure that you get your full hour 30 blocked out, just so you don't have to quit in the middle of a race.
yeah,
That
that's
feels
true.
bad.
It's a good thing
Try to
you
avoid
did
that.
this
We
so
want to hit
quickly.
that 50-minute sweet spot, like 40 to 50 minute, somewhere in there.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming to talk to us.
Yeah.
Congratulations on doing phenomenal in this game, and best of luck further on in the tournament.
Thank you very much. Hopefully, see you around. Bye.
Okay, now just do that, but one down, EscoNitz. The gears are grinding. I think she sees it now. No, why? You
Nope.
just, all you did was light up the yellow. You had it again.
I mean, it feels. it really does feel like. It can feel like. It's just not possible. Like you need the yellow one to push the green. You need the green one to push the yellow, and the order and position is important, obviously. And if you don't find the right position in the right order, then they'll just never go.
Yeah, like I'll use the phrase Saiho always used. If you can't figure out like what's going wrong with your puzzle solution, just put it in a different state. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it won't keep working.
So that's a good phrase. I understand why people say it a lot. I don't know if it really applies here. Like,
Well, no, because because she's put it in the correct state several times, but going back and retrying the same moves that you know don't work, don't do that.
sure. Don't do the same thing over and over is a little bit different than put the puzzle in a new state. I think. Like,
Yeah, I mean that's but
new state
like,
to me implies like.
To be fair, she's been in every state except for like the exact one that's correct. So like yeah, right there. Just maybe try after you push green up, do something different than pushing it to the right and then down.
Yeah. Well, easy when you know
Because
how.
green is
all I
lined
can
up right
say.
now. So what can you do to make yellow line up? If you push it up one more and then push yellow to the left. Heck, this even works because you can push green down. Like push yellow to the right and then push green down, and that works too.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like kind of symmetrical in a way, right?
It's
So
dancing. It's
there
literally
should
dancing around
be-
the solution.
there should be like a rotated solution. Yellow cannot be pushed down, so green needs to push it down. So this is no good right now.
Yeah, lay
Yeah,
out the
shambles.
rules of what the current state is in your head. Or just say them out loud. Yellow can only move left and right and up. Green can move up and down and right.
Yeah, see, the word you use there, state, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, the state of the puzzle never changes. At no point does yellow become able to move down.
Yeah, now...
like it, you know?
Yeah, now... Imagine... I think maybe... something may have clicked there. Imagine if those two colors were reversed.
That sounds like the kind of thing that is like, man, it'd be great if I could do that. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Except, she's done that already.
If I had thrown that ball differently, it definitely would have gone in the basket.
Yes, exactly.
Like, if you push green up, what happens? If you push yellow to the left, what happens?
It's just also clear in Alpha's mind, and because we all know the solution, it's clear in ours. But I was EscoNitz.
Yeah, no, I
for
could
some
see
amount
that.
of time,
Sometimes you
right?
just spin around in circles trying to figure out what exactly it is that you missed.
You either see it or you don't. So I have endless sympathy for puzzle players who get stuck in, because I have
It
to
happens
test
to
so
everybody.
many, and there's so few of them that I actually want to be playing, and this happens to me. So if yellow can't go down and green can't go left, you need green in the bottom slot and yellow in the left slot. That seems correct to me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know you could press Z to undo? The game is like, hey, don't forget.
I believe she can do it. So I don't watch as much Kuso as mystery stuff here, but I feel like it's not often that Kuso throws a puzzle game at you that is so challenging you just can't make progress. Is that a fair
I don't know
characterization?
if I've ever seen a puzzle game in
I would
Kuso.
disagree with that. Brossentia loves to throw sliding block puzzles at you. However, those are impossible for very different reasons.
In the matches that I've done in Kuso, Alpha's made it a lot further than I can, so can confirm. But I feel like it's mostly about hard game overs and level memorization.
Yeah, I very rarely find like a very difficult puzzle game. Like the most puzzle I end up seeing is, hey, you know those like, because you got them at like, you know, maybe a fast food place or like at the dollar store where you like, you pull the ring out and you slide the numbers into the direct, like into the right like order. Except it's that, but it's like 5 times as big and there's a time limit on it.
Rosentia makes fun of how many puzzle games are in Mystery Tournament on a regular basis.
I do know that. So sometimes our Kuso players come over and they just kill it on a platformer.
Yeah, like someone 325, pretty strong.
Yeah, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
this
Well,
game
he's pretty strong all
functions.
around,
But then,
right?
then I played someone 325, and it's like I'm a little sad that our best of 3 ended up with like a 3-minute game. But I would have liked to race him for longer. But I beat him in that pizza puzzle. That game was awesome. I delivered pizza as fast as I could.
Yeah, that game's great.
When is Pizza Tower coming out? I want to play that whole game. Oh, wait, maybe. Push it down.
Green can
Push
go
it
down. Yellow can go left.
There we go. No.
Yellow can't
no,
go down
no,
though.
No, green can go down. You've already done this.
It's close. It's close. Hold on.
Press
Hold
Z.
on. Back up a little bit.
Wait.
Green down.
Yes.
Yeah,
I could see it. I could
Victory right now is
feel
impossible.
that she saw something before it went wrong, and indeed was able to
We're
capitalize.
starting to get another give.
I don't know
game
why the
now.
little reverse guy came up first. It's not what I wanted. I'll do tangible progress again.
I don't know. We're gonna cut away to the other match that's starting soon.
Well, there's a give game, and then someone's got to pull the thing and check the restrictions, make an SRL room. There's some.
Yeah. We got time. We got time for
If
sure.
someone other than Internet Dirigible could do that, that would be great.
I guess
so that
I
we could
could
focus
go
on
grab the video
restream.
game. Guess I could grab the video game.
Now this last level, I feel like there's a lot of opening moves that are immediately losing. So it doesn't take too long for you to like find an opening move. You know, that was at least my experience where it wasn't losing and then everything kind of clicks into place after that.
This solution is really similar to a puzzle in Bombing Islands.
Okay.
Which is a game that I like a lot. So this one I actually had really fast. The last level, I still don't know if I solved it by the time that SztoDwa did. I'm not actively playing it, so it's harder, but I don't know. It's pretty tricky.
Now I'm starting to think I just got lucky on this last puzzle.
No, I mean I got stuck in my head because I just wasn't believing in like I know I got stuck here for completely stupid reasons.
So green
No.
and pink or magenta or whatever this is, they have more. They're more powerful than, well, I guess purple as well. Everything but yellow has got more to it. Whereas yellow is stuck only going right.
But I absolutely know that this is the level I lost like 5 minutes on. This is the one with the draw list. Let's see what video game they get to play today. This one. 99% sure this is gonna get redrawn.
Purple.
So I cannot visualize the solution to the puzzle, but I do remember, like, it was this really beautiful, elegant solution. Like
Yeah,
everything just kind
you
of
know
lines
that-
up in this spiral move at the end.
Yeah, once you line it up, it works so well because you can only move every block either right or the direction that they're there. And the hard part is occasionally, you know, accidentally just moving something else out of the way because you can't get there. But the concept, I believe, is basically you push a block up into something, and then you kind of shadow yourself into the middle, and you just sort of, like, put everything into the right spot. Like, pink has to be in the top right, yellow has to be on the right,
For now, I am going to do a preview of our next race and show the racer cards. So good
I'll keep
luck.
an eye.
I don't even know
on
who's
that
in it,
chance.
because there's only one person in this room.
But hopefully there will be 2 racers eventually.
Where's my windows? That's not right.